dict of string like str dot split function. Okay. So let's understand what this split function does. I'm just saying help of split function. It is going to say split, return the list of substrings in the strings using the separator as a separator string. Okay, it is going to give the list of, let's see how it works is, example, you have a string called my string is equal to, okay, you have SQL Python, okay. So something you have, you can split this string. Split means you can cut the string. Let's see how it works. My dot split. Oh my God. Okay, maybe I used here. That's why it is able to recognize that I'm going to use that. Okay. Okay. Tab. Okay. So when you use splits, let's see what to call the function. So it is going to give the, see, it is going to split. Split is going to split your characters into, okay, there is another data structure, we'll learn about it. But whenever you wanted to split, example, you have an data like this. Example, you take an example. A string has a multiple courses. Okay, you wanted to split between the spaces. So we can use it. See what I've done? Sentences I converted into words. Correct? So this is very useful when you have a big information. We have list of information such as look at here, AWS, Python, Unix. Okay. So you wanted to split, see here where this is your string. This you need to cut into multiple words. Then you are going to use a split function. By default, it looking for a space. Example, you have a string. It has some delimiter, such as example, I have an hash. I wanted to split at the hash. We can pass hash as your parameter. Okay, look at here. So I'm going to say here, my string dot split. Okay. What you need to do, you need to specify. I am going to split at the hash. So here, what is an example here? It is looking at the spaces because I have not specified where I need to cut. It is looking for the spaces. When you use a hash, it is called a delimiter or a separator. This is called a separator. And what basis on what basis I need to separate my string? We can specify hash. Whenever you find an hash, it is going to do a separator. Clear? Okay. Let's move on. Find function. Okay, other than the find function, I want to teach other very common functions. Some of the common functions we have that we can apply on any containers. We are going to learn other more containers today, like list containers, tuples containers. But there are some common functions we can apply. What is length function? Why do you use the length function? Hmm? Find the number of items. Example, length of SQL. What it is going to return? It is going to give 3. This is an item. Please remember each character is an item in your container. All of you following that concept called containers, items, containers, index, position.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
here it gives a number of items in your container. What is the container type here? List is your, sorry, string is your container type. I have a 3 items. The length gives the number of items. Number of items in given container. Okay. Like that, you can also use in operator. Look at here. Example, I wanted to find yes in. Yes, in operator. I'm using in operator on SQL. It is going to say true. It is, oh, see how intelligent it is. See, I written a comment here, number of if it is all, it is showing me what I'm going to write. See, true if the item in a container. Nice, no? So I written the comment. First, I explain this example. I written the comment. I given another example. I started to identify. I'm going to write this because it is using AI. That's the power if. See, what it is in operator does, it will return true, it inspects given item is present in a container or not. In operator, what is the purpose of in operator is you wanted to find an item present in your container or not. It is going to be true when? It is going to be true when it will item present in your container. Example, what it is going to give? Second example, it is going to give false because P not present in your container. These are very common length in operator. We mostly use it. Okay, we can also use max of SQL. Okay, let's see. Again, how on what basis it is going to use maximum minimum on the strings? On what basis? Are you able to speak or not, all of you? Hello? Are you able to speak or? Okay, fine. So fine. So are you able, see here, on what basis it identify your big number and small number?
ASCII value. Based on ASCII value.
Based on the ASCII value. These are the common functions we apply on the most of your containers. Please remember, length gives the total number of items in a container, maximum value, minimum value, and in operator is going to inspect or verify given item present in a container or not. Clear? Any questions? These are very, very important functions you should remember. Let me teach some more examples how we can example. I wanted to find what are the vowels we have? A, E, I, O, U, S. I wanted to find, okay, I wanted to find given string is starts with an vowels or not. You know what are the vowels?
A, E, I, O, U.
Okay, vowels. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U are your vowels, correct? So I wanted to know whether this string is starting with vowels or not. What we should do? Hmm? How to get your first character? How to get your first character? Using the string. Correct? Correct, yes?
Sir.
So I am going to use tab. Okay. So in AU, IOU, if A is present in this, it is going to be true. Correct? Okay. So I'm just verifying what is this. Let me split this function. Okay. I'm going to first get the first character. How to get the first character? Using the slicing. Slicing is nothing but finding passing an index, you get a value. Okay. So this I am going to verify in AEIOU. Okay. So this is how, if it's true means this is going to be your starting with an vowel. Okay. Ending with an vowel, what do you do? -1, correct? -1. Yeah, because I'm getting the last character, I'm comparing with AEIOU. Clear? This is how we can also use in operator to verify whether item present in a container. This is 4 functions. Please remember, this is not string function. These common functions can be applied on any containers. They are not belongs to just not for strings. We are going to learn multiple other containers. We can also apply those on multiple containers as well. Any questions, guys? No questions. So all of you watched all 6, 7 videos, whatever classes we covered. Are you following or not?
Yes, sir.
Hey, speak then, otherwise, why are you so quiet? Okay. How do you find given string it is a number or not? It has only digits or not?
Is numeric.
Is numeric. Very good. Is numeric gives you the verify it's a numeric. Okay. So in function verify this max min. Then what I did split function. It is also very, very important. Whenever you wanted to cut your strings or sentences into multiple words, we are going to use the split function. Okay. So I'll teach you more examples as you progress on this split function. And there is another called join function. I'm going to teach that. So this is, let me check anything else, important things I want to cover in strings, I will cover it. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next container. Is key index format find. Count. You need not to remember, that's what I'm saying. Whenever you want, you just need to do an help and you need to find. Replace. Okay, let's try out replace. I don't know how it works. Let's try out replace. How to find what it does? Help of str dot replace. So we're going to find the equivalent sum of the string. So try to read it and understand. Okay. Old and new. Okay. Returns the copy with all the occurrence of string or replace. It is saying that returns a copy with all occurrence of substring old is replaced by new. I think let's see. Yeah. So I'm saying here my string is I'm okay. See here it is already given example. So apple I'm going to replace A with capital A. Okay, I wanted to replace P with all the occurrence. Example P with capital P. So I'm going to apply a function called replace. Wherever it has a P, it is going to replace with capital. Now let's see that. Yeah. Okay. What is that count one? It gives you the first occurrence only, it is replacing. That's it. Okay. If you do not specify all your occurrences, wherever it is small p is there, it is going to replace with capital P. If you specify two, I think it is going to replace only all the second two occurrences, first two occurrences. Got it? If you specify one, it is going to replace the first occurrence only. If specify two, it is going to replace first two occurrence only. If you do not specify, it's a global find and replace. It is going to find. See, you need not to remember. That's what just you know there is a string function. That's it. But you need not to remember all the functions. It is very impossible to remember. Just you need to always depends on this help function to run and see what it does. Then you need to do samples, simple examples, then you will realize that how it can be used. Because this is in the string function itself, how many functions you are looking in strings itself, you already 25, 30 functions are there. It's not easy to remember, correct? It's not at all easy to remember. Then how do you use these functions? You just need to have, I want to display a list all the functions in the list. What we sorry, string, what we should do? I want to know all the functions in
Dictionary,
strings.
dir.
DIR.
dir
Okay. Yeah, I think only one person is actually learning, seriously learning, that is Arjit. Okay. I want to know the particular function, what it does. You need to use your help. I think you know what is the value of training, what is the value of learning. That's why he's attending and speaking and learning very seriously. He's my student. Okay. Even despite learning 3 months, he knows the hardness of interviews. Yes, Arjit? Hmm.
Yes, sir.
It's not at all easy to get a job. He's been trained by me for last 4 months. Still, he is also thinking what to do next. Because guys, I'm telling you, who are learning for, everybody is learning for just not for fun. I believe it is you are learning for your career. So learn very seriously, even though it is free training, but subject could be free. My time could be free, but subject is not free. It will not come free. What it will cost you? What it will cost you guys?
Time.
Your time, your dedication will cost you.
Our
That is priceless, you know. Can I? Is it priced? Your time is priced? No. Yeah, yeah, just simple example. Is the price, your time is priced? Hmm?
No.
No,
Is it
sir.
priced or not?
No, sir.
Price.
The priceless, not priceless, is not worthless. It is a priceless because you have only to live next 2 hours. Can you imagine what is an each second cost you? Like what is the worth of each cost? Imagine you are going to live for next 2 hours only. There is after that there is no life for you. Each second is so
Million.
much. Each match is a billion. Each million. No one can buy the time for you. Even Ambani, he has a billions of money. He cannot buy the time. Time is gone, means gone. In each life, time is gone, means gone. I am giving so much my time to my lifetime to your guys. I may be spending 30, 40 hours, my valuable time in my lifetime to you. You should also use that in a good way. I don't, nobody speaking. I don't know what happening, but nobody is speaking. That means people don't ask questions 2 times. It's 2 instances. When and when? When and
There,
when people don't ask question.
and there is no doubt. Uh,
Hmm?
They know everything.
And we know everything. Other way
They-
they have no doubts.
No roads.
means no doubt means you know everything. Your
Yes.
other way also you don't ask the question. When is you don't know anything. Like you doesn't know anything because you don't know what to ask. People do not ask the questions on 2 times. When they know everything, when they know nothing. Because
Nothing.
you don't know what to ask question. That's why you keep quiet. So please do not keep quiet. You are spending valuable time in each other life. Make it very fruitful. So we are going to learn another important container is list. So what was the one we learned before is strings. We are going to learn using another type of a container is list. You can understand when we use a list, when we use a string. Created using square bracket. I'm just write it, then we'll understand. Can have different data type. Different data type. What is mutable and immutable?
Yeah, immutable is we cannot change. Mutable we can
Hmm.
change that.
Use this, Rajesh. Okay.
Rajesh.
So yeah, list is another kind of a container. We're going to create it using the square bracket. So it can have a different data type. That's why it is called as an, we can have an items of different data type. That's why it is called heterogeneous. What is a list string container type?
Homogeneous. Homogeneous.
Homogeneous because each item of same time. Now, I wanted to save the information about the student. Example, I am the student. Student name is Vinay. I am going to learning Python. My age is 45. Okay, I am from Bangalore. Okay, okay. I'm just drinking water. I am from Bangalore. Okay, so still I live. I'm training. Okay, I'm living. So I'm saying true. I'm probably my salary or it could be height. My height is 6.7, not 6.7, 5.7. Okay. So look at here. This is the information I here have a container that can hold different type of a data type. Sorry, different type of a data type. Cell is already running. Okay, this is whenever you wanted to have an information that is of a different data type. But when I put this all in a string format, what will happen? That become a string. But I wanted to keep information of a different data type in one place that I am going to use a list. I am going to say here student. And my list is student is of a list type because it is created using the square brackets. How do you create your string container?
Colon.
Hmm?
Normal
Within
bracket.
the column.
within your colon. Yeah, if you use a single colon, this is one string container. Here, I'm using a square bracket to create your container, but that way is different is here each item could be of a different data type. When you go and check out in a string type, each item is of a same type of string type. Whatever you put in a single quote, numbers, special characters, everything is become a string. But the moment it becomes a string, it loses information. Example, I put it here 45. It is a different 45 than numerical 45, correct? Because it is just not number 45, it is characters. It loses information. That's the reason whenever you wanted to hold a different data types together, I'm student. See, student can have example, if you use a variable, normal variable, Vinay, it can contain only one value. It can contain only one value. The normal variable, if you use, it can contain only one value. But I wanted to hold more than one information. That's the reason I'm creating a container. Now, question is, what kind of a container I should use? Should I use a string container or should use a list container? Because since my items of different data type, I'm going to choose list data types over the strings. Got it? Clear? So you go and check out what is the type of list, type of student. It says list. Okay. You can also create an empty list just with a square bracket. Example, I can have my list. My list is a variable name. I can just create it. It is an empty list. Type of it of list. Okay, and I can just put my list is of course there is an list with an no items present in the container. Clear, guys? Any question? Why it is called as heterogeneous is each item could be, I'm not saying must be, could be of different data types. That's why it is called as heterogeneous. The slicing and how to create an empty list? Just use a normal square bracket. I have not specified any items. It is going to be a list of empty list. There is no item present in your container. Okay. So clear. How to slice? Very easy to slice. However you slice before, we can use the same thing. Okay. How to slice? Example student. Yeah. Using indexes. See, all the containers is the same, guys. You have a list, tuples, dictionaries, strings, a range container. There are 5, 6 containers we have. All of them you could access or you get your items using an index only. You need to pass your indexes to get your respective item. What is the index? Index position represent position of an item within your container. Usually start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm passing a 0, it gives the first element. I'm passing a 2, it is gives your third element because index start from 0. Same thing, we can also use your negative indexes to retrieve the from the left to right side. You wanted to find the last item from your container. Same. How you are slicing a string, you are going to slice your list as well. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. There are multiple list functions as well available. Okay. And one more thing I want to teach is your mutable container. Let's see what is the meaning of a mutable container. So I have to replace my a height with 5.7 to 5.75. How do I access my last container item? I'm going to use this. I can assign a new value to my container items. I'm going to replace, okay, 5.75. After that, I'm going to print student. So let's see, is it changed or not? It has got changed. Did you able to replace an item within a string? You're not able to because that was an immutable container. That means you cannot change. That the beauty of the list are two important difference between the list container and the list and the string container. Hold on, guys, please. For me, there are two important difference between the string containers and list containers. One is heterogeneous, obviously, and other important thing is mutable and strings are immutable. Look at here, I am able to replace an item. Example, look at here, we create a string. Example subject is equal to Python. I made a mistake. Example Python. I wanted to replace M with a P. If I try to replace, what you get an error? Subject of 0 is equal to P. It works or doesn't work?
It will not work.
Obviously, it will not work because we know that we cannot assign,
Fine.
we cannot type error. Type. Okay, you cannot. It's not an what happened? Okay, you cannot assign value type error. It not, should not be type error. Okay, I'm saying is equal to P. Then it should say type error. What is type error? Trace must call the okay. You cannot because strings are immutable in nature. You cannot change them. But that's the beauty of the list is you can change an item. What is this feature is called? When you are able to replace, that is called a mutable. Means you can change. So what are list in for you? List is a kind of a container can be created using a square bracket. It can have a different data type that means heterogeneous in nature and mutable. Slicing can be done such as like any other containers. You can done your slicing. Okay. Clear about a list? So as list is again a container, it also supports various functions. Okay, I remember few functions. I'll teach it very quickly. Otherwise, let me see what are them. Dict directory of list. I'm going to list all of them. What are the functions available? Okay, append, extend, insert, pop. Okay, I will teach you very, very important one quickly. So there is a function called, there is, again, I have a subject. Subject is my empty string, sorry, empty list. I wanted to add an item into this. I wanted to add an item into this. We can use a function called append, append, append of SQL. What it does, it is going to add an item into the container. Okay, it shows an SQL. Okay, next see, if I wanted to add one more example, one more, just take this. Okay, then I'm saying here Python. Okay, what it does, it usually adds new item on the right side. What is append does? Append is a function. It is going to add. Append is list function adds items at the last. At the tail, we call this is head. This is head. And this is the tail or leading or trailing also fine at the end. Okay, clear? What is append function? So whenever you wanted to add an item into an existing container, you can use an append. Hmm. You wanted to add more than one item. Yeah, you wanted to add more than one. You cannot specify like this. It doesn't work. Like say AWS and Unix, it will not work. It throws an error. I don't know what is an error. Let's find. It says type error. You cannot assign multiple items like this. Appends takes exactly two arguments, but you are passing the multiple one. It does not work. Then what you have to do is you need to use a function
Extend.
called
Extend.
extend, and you have to pass multiple values in the form of another list. Okay, it is going to add multiple items into your container. Okay, so now I will be able to add again. Whenever you add extend or append, is always adds at the tail or at the right side. Clear? So we understood what is the list. See, this is all we use when I go and start teaching the actual scripting. Okay, we try to solve the problems. We take an example from Kaggle, or you can take an example from what is that site is there? One site, I forgot the name. Hacker Rank. There is a lot of questions are there you can take and try to solve the puzzles. All this will come to you and handy. Should remember everything what are you doing. You should remember everything to do that. Okay. Clear, guys? So one more important I'm going to see here. Look at here. I have my information. Student info. Student info is the variable I have created here in the form as a string. Okay. Vinay. Okay. Developer. Okay. SQL sub. Okay. I just say Bangalore. All is in. Okay. Salary example 40,000. Okay. So I'm going to split this. Split this based on the split and based on this these spaces. What it is going to return now? Look at the container. What container you got? List
List.
container. Split is a string function. See, this is a single code. This entire thing is a string function. You're splitting based on the spaces. Whenever it splits, it returns in the form of an what? In the form of an list. So if you ask you question somebody how you can create a list of word from the sentence, what is your answer? You have to split. Is very useful function. Whenever you have a single sentence that you need to split and forms a list of words, we are going to use a split function. Okay. Opposite of I'm going to save this as an student list. Student list is equal to this. Okay. Student underscore list. It is going to the created list. Whatever you have splitted, it is going to give the list. Okay. I wanted to convert this list into a string. There is a function, is very weird function. We have something called join. Okay, join. I forgot how to use a join. Join. Okay. I don't know if it works or not. Let me try. No. Join. No. Invalid syntax. Let's do what to do. Help of list dot join. I don't remember. Join is not there. Huh? Again, that was a string function, I think. Okay. Help of, well done. Help of str dot, what is it? Join. Okay. I just run it and see. So join self iteratables. Okay. This is an example how to join. Okay. This is an example. Okay. How we can join is it shows an example here. I wanted to join with a space, join the list. I'll explain, don't worry. What is going to see what will happen. So it is going to rejoin your list into what? It converts your list into string.
String.
So what split does? Split splits the string into a list. So reverse of your split is your join. So whatever the joins, example, this is your student list is your student list. What is there in student list? Sprint and see. It is your list of the words. List of your whatever I have the string, I converted into a list. It is I want to convert whenever you wanted to append all your list item in the form of a string, you can use a join. Okay, just remember these are very two important functions we use. One is split, cut strings into list. Okay. Reverse. Reverse of it is what is join? Join used to join list items into string. Okay. So we'll stop it here. 40 minutes, my time is over. So we'll see you again. This is your class 7. Please recollect. So next class, I am going to teach some more list functions. There is another important container. We have a tuples, then followed by, we definitely will make some time tomorrow, evening or sometime or morning. What time we can make it tomorrow? What time?